Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we will find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed, enjoying life wherever you are. This is a Gemini season read for my water signs. If you do have water highly aspected, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, this read is likely for you. They're timeless, so if you check them out at a later date, that's okay. Using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. 3 rows. First row will be your recent past. Second row will be your current energy. Third row will be your future. We'll grab at least 2 clarifying cards. Bottom of the deck holds the overall energy for your read. I've been practicing tarot for nearly a decade. So I have started doing reversals on my channel. I just think it's fun. So that's what we're going to be doing, just so you know. That's going to be a new thing. If you want to book with me, the email is in the description box. Yeah, that's about it, water signs. Let's get into your read. That's way too many. I don't want to take this many, but it's like, take it, right? We'll see. If it's the right amount, I can't really complain, I guess. Oh. Sneak attack there. Oh, I see. Almost enough for a read. Now, we're going to grab one more clarifying card for your ending before I start the read. Water signs. So, you do have the Page of Swords, the Sun card, the Knight of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the 10 of Cups, the Magician, the 6 of Wands, and that's your read. You've got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. The Hierophant is your overall energy. It does represent tradition, legacy, society, organized religion. It's going to represent you basically in the read. So during this season, or when you watch this, you might be very focused on kind of like usually religious groups, either how you network in them or how they affect your life. But the Hierophant often has to do with religious groups in your like society and who you network with particularly. It can also represent tradition, but we'll get into it for y'all. If you want a more personal read, you need to book with me, please. And then also, if it doesn't resonate at all, check out your other signs. If none of them resonate, check out another reader. It's all good. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. Get somebody that you like resonate with, right? Okay. So for your recent past, water signs, Page of Swords represents curiosity, restlessness, mental energy. The Sun does represent Leo and sometimes Gemini, but it does represent like joy and celebration, success, pleasure. The Knight of Cups represents often it is like idealistic thought, romantic thought, and following your heart. So you might be doing that in the recent past. You might be very just focused in terms of mental energy and in a way that like it seems like you're like restless, but you're really focused excuse me, on how to create like joy and success, but also how to follow your heart. And it has majorly to do with like society and like who you network with in terms of spirituality. I don't know who the heck I'm picking up with today, but if you are in oh my god, I literally don't even know who this would resonate for. But if you are in some sort of a like occult group, so like someone that practices hidden knowledge, it's not like a typical like worldly religion, like a non, ultimately like unlikely a monotheistic religion, like some sort of like hidden pantheon. Like if you practice with a group, like there's something about that where you're really focused on how to bring like joy and success. It's so specific for general read, in that group, by following your heart and really focusing on like bringing joy and success around you in some way, shape, or form, if that resonates for you. Now, continuing forward, sorry about the traffic. I am filming in a different area and I do not have a mic yet for my channel, so y'all are just gonna have to get over it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I hope you still like it. Okay. Now, in your current energy, you have the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. The Two of Pentacles is going to be adapting. It's adapting decisions, right? So, and balancing decisions, adaptations, priorities. The Eight of Pentacles is diligence, passion, and high standards. The Judgment card is awakening, reckoning, and reflection. So in your current energy of this is going to continue forward for you, regardless of if you practice like in a hidden group or not. You're really focused on that. So like if you are I don't know a lot of monotheistic people that are going to be on my channel, but I mean, if you do practice that, then you're still focused on how to bring like joy and success to your group while also following your heart. And regardless of what you practice in your current energy, you're adapting in terms of like you're like still bringing the Page of Swords energy with you, and you're very focused mentally on how to adapt in terms of likely like effort, if that makes sense, with the Pentacles being there. So like how to put forth, sorry, my cat's shaking the stand for my phone. So the with this row, sorry, you're very focused on like how your efforts are being perceived, and you're adapting to make sure that your efforts are recognized as a diligent, which is a good thing. I feel like that's really positive, no matter where, like what you do. Sorry, I'm just gonna hold it for a second because he's just gonna keep doing it. Okay, there we go. Sorry. He ran off instead. Okay, sorry, little man. Okay, anyway, so if you are you know, like you're really focused on your efforts, and you might have to make certain changes on your path and adapt to do what's best for you, regardless of others' judgments in this group or and without this group. Okay. So in your future water signs, you've got the Ten of Cups, the Magician, and the Six of Rods. We like this. This is a very positive future row, okay? Following that initial story of someone that's very focused on their kind of like networking group when it comes to like religion and spirituality and how they practice connection to spirit, right? So following that path, you're finding it with the Ten of Cups and the Magician and the Six of Rods, right? So what I mean by that is like you are able to make the correct adaptations, make the right moves, make the right channel decisions from your guides to achieve whatever is best for this group and yourself. And you're able to manifest it in a way that brings you success and also like passionate public recognition to some extent, likely within the group. Does that make sense? Like if it's a hidden group, then it's only going to be whoever you network with, right? But if it's on a larger scale, then it's going to be grander, dependent on the scale of the network. So 10 of Cups is inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams coming true. The Magician is willpower, creation, mastery, adaptation. And the 6 of Rods is, public, it's victory, public reward, and success. So if this, I'm really getting that this has to do with how you like practice your religion, your spirituality, however this isn't a judgment. I have no cares in the world. You do what's best for you. I very firmly believe that everyone has the right to religious expression, so hear me out on this. Like, you are adapting in a really positive way, and like you're bringing some sort of insight to those around you because you're really following your heart, and it's beautiful. I think I don't know how it could be negative for you or this group because of how focused you are on not only like following your heart, but like being in the upright, being focused on what brings you and others joy and success. What would initiate this card for those around you as you focus on how to follow your heart and adapting in a way that allows this to happen, right? For some of you, this card could, like, if you are really not into any type of like group or multiple groups dependent on your ancestry, maybe you like in terms of like what I mean by groups is if you believe in God, gods, deities, spirits, etc., what you believe in. No judgment, just whatever you believe in. You're able to find inner peace and happiness in that, and it's inspiring to others, and you're able to manifest in a really positive way because of it. So it's at 12:12 on the clock, so it's just absolutely inspiring to others. Whether you get a reward or not, like, you will see it in the fact that people are going to start kind of like almost mimicking you in a way that you might even find annoying. Like, it might straight up annoy you that like the people around you are kind of like mirroring your behaviors in some way, shape, or form. But if you're being a positive role model, then you do want people to mirror those behaviors. Ultimately, we tend to forget how energy works and how it flows, and we tend to get kind of like, especially in the West, because we all want to be individuals, so we get very frustrated when we notice that others are copying us, and we feel mimicked rather than admired, which is, I mean, I don't know who in the West doesn't go through this, but like ultimately you have to recognize that 1313, you have to recognize that people, like, regardless of if they're mimicking you to mock you or mimicking you because they admire you, you have to take people mimicking you in a way that it's just like, it's human nature to mimic to learn. So it's better for you to step out of your ego, regardless of what it is, or who it is, what situation, whatever, even if it feels like they're mocking you, to just let people feel that way, because you're becoming some sort of a leader by following your heart, and others will start to take suit, and so they'll start to like drop toxic behaviors and start replacing them with positive ones, because they'll notice that like their negativity not only didn't rub you the way that it didn't get a reaction, so they didn't get an energetic exchange out of it, but you also stood strong and just kind of did your own thing, which people admire. Even if they do not like you, they will admire that. And your clarifying cards are the World and the Hangman. So like ultimately you are very focused on following your heart and being that leader that regardless of how others see it, you're just gonna have to push forward. Sorry. Excuse me. The world is fulfillment, harmony, completion. Excuse me. The Hangman is sacrifice, suspension, release, martyrdom. So you might sometimes feel 100% like you're martyring yourself out here by doing the good work that you're doing. But it's worth it. You're bringing harmony to those around you, and this idea of you being able to help others by not sacrificing yourself. You shouldn't martyr yourself ever, but just walking in your true path and your true steps and following who you are, and not allowing others to mock you into submission or to tease you into being away or to whatever. Just to be your genuine self, and to not just to know that that ability to keep your cup filled and to follow your heart is going to be positive for you and everyone around you. And just remember that, because like, it's absolute harmony. It sometimes feels like sacrifice, right, when others are mimicking you like that. But I mean, in this world, you just have to remember that, like, that is how our species learns. And I cannot stress enough that it will just benefit you to kind of step out of your ego and to allow that to hit you as you are leading in your own way. That is its own public reward. Sometimes we don't get a pat on the back, an actual recognition, a pay rise or whatever. Sometimes it's simply like the inner knowing that you're creating true happiness around you just by being able to lead others to victory. Beautiful energy. Love it, air signs. Hope you have a beautiful Gemini season, or whatever. Whenever you watch this, hope you're enjoying life. Check out your other signs, and I'll see you in the next read.